We're on.
We are.
Yes.
Are you gonna get on camera? Yeah?
It's on.
Yeah, I know. It's,
Oh.
We can trim it at the beginning. So we've got to introduce ourselves. This is our first ever.
Right, let's go for it.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi! There she is.
We're here.
Sarah.
Dawn.
AKA Summer.
AKA Summer. We're not used to filming. Well, we don't film in here. This is where we don't normally sit. We normally sit in the summer house. But the dogs are going to be a bother and they're going to be running in and out, so we've decided to do it in here. We don't know if the angle of the film's what it's going to be, but hey, let's get on with it.
Yeah. So, some of you will know me from my videos, but this is completely, obviously we will broach health topics, but today we thought we'd start discussing meditation. And the reason we thought we'd discuss meditation as our first topic is because as humanity in general is becoming more conscious, it's becoming more and more apparent of the benefits of meditation. Yesterday, so yeah, I'm on major detox at the minute, and as you know, and I woke up yesterday really, really sick, didn't I? Contacted you.
Yeah, and I had this like divine inspiration, and it always comes from the left side, and it's like and sometimes I have to say to people, I've had a dream and like, this is what it was telling me. I've got one actually for somebody who probably will watch this video.
Yeah.
I've been meaning to tell them they need to go and check their teeth.
Okay.
I've had that.
Yeah.
Should I mention name?
Don't mention their name yet.
Okay.
We'll see.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
We'll
so
see if it resonates with anyone, shall we?
yeah, but there is one person in particular
Yeah.
that I know needs to go and see a dentist. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
Right, so that's that. I've got
Yeah.
no explanation for it. I only know that it comes, and it comes from this side. Your thing yesterday, something was telling me, and it seemed like it was telling me it was the crucial point of it was that you was to say to Sarah to suggest she goes and lays in bed, rests and relaxes, but in her mind she has all the time in the world.
Yeah.
That was the
So you messaged me this message, and instantly, I think, right, well, I'm in bed anyway. But by the way, we were in completely, you're here, and I was at my house, when I've then just gone to my phone, and I've looked up, I'm really into frequency music at the moment, like different frequencies for different things, and yesterday I just went on and I searched anti-nausea frequency, put it on behind my head.
Yeah, but that's the mad thing,
Yeah.
because I don't normally play music when I do my little rituals or spells or little things. I don't play music, and in my mind I thought, hold on a minute, we've got YouTube.
Yeah.
Put in something that is a music of a frequency that it is going to be for a healing thing. So that came part of my thing where I needed to send you some healing, and my thing is a healing pool. And Sarah knows the healing pool.
Yeah, and then, so I've played the music, shut my eyes. I've been doing meditation for quite some time now, but could honestly say that I used to need to be guided into meditation until I just had this month away, looking after myself. And during that time, I've really got into meditating alone. So yesterday I shut my eyes, looked up into my third eye, and straight away I was in your healing pool, and it showed me your pool, and I was swimming in bright blue sparkly water, but everything was reversed. The sun was coming up where it would normally set, but I was swimming in this sparkly water, the sun was shining.
That's almost like looking in a mirror, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, it's like the duality of it, and I think that's another thing we've got to discuss at some point as well, is the shadow side. This will be such a good conversation. Because we're scared of it. It's almost like we're scared to admit there's this dark side of us, but it's like, it's not evil, you know, there can't be light without dark.
No, they can't, but you can choose as a person which way what you want to gravitate to.
Yeah, absolutely.
We've all got the good and bad in this.
Yeah,
it's the good, it's the devil.
Yeah, I don't even think it goes as deep as that. I don't even think we need to always say that dark is bad.
No.
You know, like
because you can be angry, really angry over something, and beat yourself up thinking, oh, I wish I'd never done that, and you're angry and it's taking it all out of you, and actually it's somebody else who's caused you that damage. caused you that pain?
This is what I've just learned. I've just had really good therapy. I've had loads of therapy over the years to deal with all different traumas. But I read a book, I listened to a book on Audible actually, and I keep telling you about it, don't I? But I'd really tell everybody out there to listen to it.
What's
in
the
the
name
car.
again?
Audible's the app, and you get 2 free books. But the book is called Transforming Trauma by Caroline Mace and James Finley. And basically, they talk about embracing the trauma that you've been through. A lot of us will go, oh, I'm all right, it's fine, I'm better now. And you know, because you've been in my life for a long time, that I have experienced a lot of trauma, a lot that a lot of people won't have to go through in their life, and I'm only 40. But basically,
It's not been like a month's supply of EastEnders.
yeah, you know, right? My life is like that, but rather than looking at it as trauma and and letting it stay inside me, what I've done is I've worked through it all, and then released the emotional footprint in myself, if that's the word for it. How they describe it is that you face the trauma, you deal with it, and then you release yourself from the tyranny of the trauma. So that, yeah, it happened, but, you know, rather than think, oh my God, that happened to me, and you can't get yourself out of that rut, you instantly stop, and rather than react, you stop, you think, and then you respond. That was a teacher. Where was the lesson? Yeah, I didn't like how it felt. It did upset me. It did make me angry. But then going back to this neuro-linguistic programming, she said, what are your rules? And do you know what? As a wounded, abandoned child, I had none. I had none. So I've had to establish my own set of rules. And once I've done that, if you're in the past, you're worrying about your back. You're back in your trauma. If you're in the future, you're worrying about what hasn't even happened yet. To stay now, the only emotions that you can readily feel instantly are anger and upset because somebody broke your rules. And then that's okay, we're allowed to get angry or upset because someone broke our rules, but for a long time I went through like, I'm not allowed to get angry or upset, that's negative.
Yeah.
You know, and
you know, that's the same as like Eckhart Tolle, he says, you can't just dismiss everything,
yeah,
but you have to get it, take a look at it, and accept that it happened.
Yeah, it's acceptance, definitely is the word.
Accept that that has happened, leave it where it was left, you've got no control over it.
But if you keep going back there, you leave a bit of yourself back there, and
Yeah.
I understand that now.
Yeah. So what you do is, when you get to that point of like, you're going back and dwelling on, I'm not saying not to be heartbroken about things, everyone needs emotions, you've got to show these and feel these emotions.
Yeah.
But when you're going back on stuff from years ago,
Yeah.
you really are wasting your time.
Yeah, absolutely. But even that, it's like you have to, what they say is to release yourself from trauma.
You're bathing
You
in.
love absolutely whole with every single part of your being, but with no attachment. Because everyone leaves. You know, it's even children. I love my kids with every single part of my being, right? When I was a kid, when people said, what do you want to be when you grow up? I said, a mother of 4. That's what I wanted to be. It was clearly my soul contract to go and be a mother. But those kids have got to grow up and have their own lives. I can't keep them near me all over, you know what I mean?
No, you can't, you've got to let go.
And you've got to
let
let
go
go.
and
So,
let them be them.
yeah,
Yeah.
so like, even that is something like we need to start preparing ourselves for. We're only bringing these kids into the world to prepare them to go out into the world, you know, not to look after us in our old age or...
Yeah, I don't want that.
No, none of that, because...
I don't want that. I hope it goes quick as well when it does happen.
Yeah, and it's something, obviously, me in my situation, I've had to deal with, and it's a really difficult conversation to have. And I do worry because they're little and, you know...
But you've been making plans for the last couple of years that I know of for your children, even though I don't feel you need to make them plans. You've been sensible enough to do that.
Yeah, of course, but what I mean is the kids, if something happened to me suddenly, those kids left behind at a young age, where would they be abandoned children? Do you know what I mean? That where they've not been guided into, well, Jesse's 18, nearly 19, so he's in adulthood. So I've been doing this trauma work with him already because he's already lost a granddad, you know, and his mum's had cancer for 3 years of his little life, you know. So I'm going to avoid it. This is happening.
Yeah.
We deal with it, and
Yeah.
then that's it,
Yeah.
you know. Because I do think that we're scared to talk about things, don't talk about certain things.
That's another thing about me and you. We tend to sort of not be scared about talking about. I don't know if it's because we're familiar with each other, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's
There's nothing off limits, is it? We still say you're gonna think I'm a nutter, but we never do we? But we still say it because I think it's really weird.
Hey, listen, we've gone right. Oh, sorry, we've gone right. We're not going to be able to edit all of this.
This is what we was going to do anyway.
Yeah, but we need to go back.
We
to
need
the
to go
blue
back now.
crystal pool.
Yeah. So why did we go off on this? This is me, isn't it?
Yeah. Right. So the blue crystal pool.
So the blue crystal pool.
You've done your meditate.
I've done my meditation. That's it. So
I've told her I'm going to take 5 minutes to set this up because I wanted to do something that I haven't done for a long time.
Yeah.
I don't know if I really want to go into that
Yeah.
yet. But I done what I done, and I used certain things, and it was a little bit ritualistic. And I burnt sage. I actually burnt lavender as well.
Did you?
Yeah,
just anybody, if you don't know why you burn sage, burning white sage, it clears negative energy. And if you're ever going to do any sort of blessing, full moon.
Anything like that, burn sage, because it purifies the air. Try doing it to a child.
Yeah.
A child who's got issues from past things, traumas. Don't make a point of it. I'm going to sage you, and I'm going to whatever. Just go and do it like you go and light a candle, and see the reaction, and you can see that. It's like they don't like. It's like ooh. Yeah, and then they calm.
And the dog was clawing to get out of the room.
Yeah.
Absolutely did not want to be in that room.
you can inhale it, and it's very good for the lungs.
Yeah.
It's meant to be a very good purifier in the body.
Yeah, and it's like when I went away, I had a log burner and I just left my white sage on top so that the smell went around as the log burner heated up.
Yeah.
But so go on, you did your white sage.
Put my candle. The candle burnt for a very long time, and when I'd got news back from you. Right, how did it work? How was it? Because I told you, give me 5 minutes. Yeah, you've got the text message, so you can. Sarah could actually post the message up, and it was in conjunction. You can see the times and how it's worked. That one person was doing one thing on this thing because we decided we were going to meditate together. I asked her to specifically fixate on the point that she's got all the time in the world. And it all fell into place.
When we spoke, you mentioned the glittery pool, but said normally, go on, you have to really explain about the saline.
My pool is normally a saline solution where you can float very easily, and there's not a lot, you don't need to move about, you can just float in this stuff.
But
and it's normally, no, she doesn't like it. And regularly I'm putting her in this pool, and she's okay as long as she's up to here. And she's going, and I can see on her face.
Get the air wet.
It is, and she's doing this. So, and I can actually find people's personalities by putting them in the pool, by the way they're reacting to it. It's really weird. So, on this occasion, and she had turned into a dolphin in the pool.
I felt like a dolphin when I was swimming.
Whoa, you were so powerful and strong. Actually, I'm getting shivers now thinking about it. And the water was this rich blue, sparkling, like an edited film where sparkles coming off of it.
Right.
And she was swimming around, and she'd turned into this dolphin. And normally I'd get her out of there. That'll be another story. When I finish with the healing pool, I take you somewhere, and things happen there as well. But we'll not go there because that's going into that. That can be for another day.
We'll think I'm a nutter.
So I decided to leave her in the pool because she was like a dolphin, swimming and throwing around, and I thought, you look so powerful and strong, I'm leaving you there. I can leave you there.
Yeah.
And then I left, and that was the end of that. I left the candle burning for some hours.
Yeah.
And then we reconnected with each other.
And let me give you
No, your sicknesses last.
Oh, this is
they're epic.
I was just about to say, let me give you some clarity about my sickness. So I woke up yesterday morning at 4 o'clock in the morning. I was like, oh, here we go again. Started being sick, and I'm talking projectile. It's a bit exorcist, and normally it lasts anywhere from 1 to 2 days. So yeah, you came back to me at 9:30 in the morning, and I went, I don't want to thing it, but I think I'm all right. And that's when you sent me the message about the blue sparkly pool, and I went, no way. So what we think has happened, you've never played music before and I played music.
Yeah.
We've tuned into each other.
I've never ever played music ever.
I've put the music into your meditation and the glittery pool into your meditation.
Yeah, because your meditation, I believe, started before me, because I said to you, give me 5 minutes to get myself in thingy, and then we will meditate on your illness.
Yeah. And you even said it was quick, and I said, yeah, it was quick for me as
well.
well.
When I come back on the phone and it was 13 minutes.
Yeah, and that was start to finish of all of it.
And take into consideration, seriously, in fact...
I've been here, I'm here. I go in her bed and I cannot even move.
Can't speak, can't look at the phone, can't, nothing. In fact, if you try and speak to her, it's like she's almost silently begging you to leave her alone.
Yeah,
that's what it feels like to me.
I can't describe the feeling to anyone other than
I can't describe it.
I can't. I've never had anything like it.
The only time I suppose I would be able to think when I have. Yeah, there was that. Oh, yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Thank God I didn't get a migraine as well yesterday. It was just sickness.
Yeah, no, that probably would have been a good comparison, actually.
It was nothing.
You can't talk. You can't nothing.
I know.
You can't swallow. You don't want to.
You know what I'm like, Sam. I've got a WhatsApp group for for everybody, just so I can put out what's going on in my life once, yeah. And come 8 o'clock yesterday morning, I was putting a call into that WhatsApp group for help.
Was you?
Yeah, and at quarter, I was saying, I'm going to need some help today. Yeah, got the help. And at 9:30, I went back. 9:45, I went back on there and said, I don't need the help no more. That just never happened before.
No, it doesn't.
Never. No, in a million years. And
I've spent every weekend with you last summer, nearly. Every weekend
you
would fall. It was like, hold up for the kids all week, get here, fall apart.
Yeah, and literally completely fall
and
apart.
Be sick sometimes.
Sick,
as if it's like as if you was like, all right, I can be violently sick now.
Yeah, like my body just went, oh. Well, yesterday I really thought I was in for it again.
I know, I heard it. That's why I thought, let's try
and do
something.
I couldn't breathe properly. You could hear my breathing.
No, it was terrible. It was laboured.
I'm not being dramatic here. I'm really not.
And she's not. Hold on. Let me get in this. This is one person. This is one lady here. There's no dramatics with this illness. There might be a little bit of emotion on other things she might get with her children. The illness, there's no dramatic. Not, oh, poor me. Oh my God. Oh, got this. None of that. There's none of that here. That's why I'm still here, I think. Yeah. Because you put everyone to shame, and you make me feel humble.
Oh, thank you. Well, you're the same. I watch, I'll come here and I'll watch how you get on with things. Then, so yeah, that was a really powerful meditation. And so, what I was also mentioning, I don't know if anyone has watched this program called Sense8. You've watched Matrix, didn't you? You've seen the film The Matrix.
Bits of it.
Yeah. But it resonated with you, didn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember you talking to me about The Matrix. Well,
yeah, it felt like I already knew what it was all about, so I just couldn't be bothered to watch it.
Yeah, so this is from the same makers of Matrix. And it's
these people who make these films, seriously, I've always said this, they've got to be having out-of-body experiences.
They've had something, I'm telling you now, because...
They're out-of-body experiences because they're so exciting and you don't forget them. Yeah. Like Spielberg, he's having out-of-body experiences because I think I could write films like that.
I'll tell you what I watched the other day. I watched a thing on Matt Groening, the one who does The Simpsons, that he's a time traveller. He predicts everything, absolutely everything. Like 8 or 9 years, it's in The Simpsons, 8 or 9 years later we predicted Donald Trump was going to be president, loads of mad stuff. And after that happening yesterday, and watching this sensei, it is absolutely mental. I entered your meditation and you entered mine, without a shadow of a doubt. Yeah. So it's called...
My pool is never ever sparkly blue, ever. No. It's a grey-green saline solution that doesn't look very welcoming, and you don't like it. You changed it.
I can imagine that I wouldn't, princess.
But it was changed automatically, without any order, without any upset, without any...
Well, what they talk about, this is, I think it's called limbic function.
Limbic.
So it's like how the forest knows to communicate with itself. Humans have got this, well, after what happened yesterday, I totally believe that.
What about the spoon falling off the shelf?
Yeah. So last summer, I came here, didn't I? You went to Germany because your mum.
Here, hold on a minute. We're going off subject again. This has gone off of meditation.
This is what I suppose.
Right, yeah, we do. This is our.
This is what we decided we would do. Meditate, everybody.
Honestly, it's like the new going out, really.
Yeah.
It's better than going out.
Oh, well, what you can do in meditation is unreal. But
the other thing that we need to stress a point with anybody who doesn't meditate and who would like to meditate, there are so many, it's so simple, you just chill with it. You don't have to sit there.
No.
You don't
I've
need to get yourself uncomfortable. My body doesn't like being uncomfortable.
No.
You can meditate like this, in the comfort of your own home, just before you go to bed.
Even
and what you do is, I don't know if
yeah.
anyone can see this, but you can pretend that you're looking at your finger here with your eyes closed, and so you get a connection that your vision, you're looking this far away, and you close your eyes. But we'll go into that at a later
because I think that's what people need to be aware of as
It
well.
can be done simple.
And meditation is practice. It's really difficult to still the mind, and what you mustn't do is beat yourself up.
Yeah.
That is the whole point of
Yes.
it. Breath. And that's why guided meditation
Any beating up of yourself, it's never going to happen.
No, you've got
You're
to
not going to be privileged to get in there, because you've got to be.
That's what it's about. It's about bringing you back to yourself, quietening the outside noise, and you will get thoughts coming. God, my mind, had I not had this month away, God knows where I'd be, because I'd do those daily forest walks, and I'd be like 5, sometimes 10 minutes into my walk before I realised there was this internal dialogue constantly playing in my mind, and I'd go, stop. But before I'd have been like, I would say stop out loud. I was all on my own in the forest with the dog, and I'd start listening to the sound of the leaves and the twigs snapping under my feet.
That's redirection.
Yeah.
That's like a cognitive thing, isn't it? Where you're
Exactly.
re-changing the way you're dealing with something, because that little voice in your head, all that chatter, is one big ego.
We have 40,000 thoughts a day. Okay, it's learning to. How many of them do we need?
Well, how many people watching this can say they like to be in their own company, on their own, without music, without noise, and just maybe the birds singing, or so many people find that difficult to be in that silence.
Tell you what,
I love it.
Yeah, but I guarantee when you sit down to start meditating, you'll struggle.
Yes.
For the first couple of minutes, and even before I had spinal problems.
What you've got to do is just not expect anything.
Like yes, no expectations, because the only thing you are meditating with is yourself.
Yeah.
So you're putting them expectations on yourself, and we do that all the time. And that is meditation, is stripping us back.
Yes.
Stop being so hard on ourselves.
Yeah.
Centre ourselves, and that's why I think guided meditation is good in the beginning, because you always go back to the voice and your breath.
I did wonder to myself, because you've done that absolutely religiously, your guided meditations, you'd put them in at night. I mean, I've been hearing it was something that you regularly done, and I thought, I wonder when the day's going to come when she doesn't need that.
Yeah, that's how long it's taken to put it
long?
on my mind. I knew since I've been away this month.
Really?
Yeah. Even in the beginning, I would still put a guided meditation on.
You've cracked it now, though.
Yeah.
Now you've done.
Oh no, it's instant. I had the most mental experience. In fact, I told you about it. I've just had the NLP, Neuro-Linguistic Program. It's fantastic sort of therapy. When you feel like you've talked about the trauma enough, it's not going to go anywhere. This gets it out of your subconscious, and I'll tell you, it's really worked. She does this thing with your finger waggling, and your eyes have to follow her fingers, and then she talks to your subconscious, and it goes.
Whoa.
All I can tell you is how I put it into, I haven't even put it into practice. I've come into situations that normally would make my solar plexus, and then and then your heart starts beating a little bit, and then you get all dry in the throat, and it is a body reaction to stress. And I don't get it. Even today, what happened, I dealt with it completely differently. But it's, I don't know, it's when I went home after the very first session, I got in bed, started to meditate. I did this thing, I closed my eyes, looked up into my third eye. Within minutes, I felt like I was part of the room and the room was part of me. I got that whole we are one thing, and there was no room, there was no me. I was just at one with the universe, and I knew then how powerful meditation was and how insignificant I
You're
was.
very lucky to have got it that
I know,
quick.
amazing. And I knew, well, I didn't know.
It's also having a belief in something as well, isn't it?
Faith is absolutely imperative. Like, and I think this is where organised religion has done us all a disservice, because we're externalising our power to a God that is external to us.
I think where it concerns religion, I think I believe that there's a God. I believe there's this beautiful universe that can provide us, and there it's like in its all entire energy. It's powerful. We can call upon it, and hopefully we respect it as well, because it can answer our prayers. I believe.
Totally. It's the fault is the frequency, and you can literally put out a miracle, or you can bring crap on yourself.
Yeah, and that's the point. The crap comes in when you keep going back.
When you replace a loop, and it plays on a loop in your body until you deal with it properly. And I found now, for me, you know, cognitive therapy was not the way. Talking about it was just reliving it. Wasn't making it go away. And actually...
What, you've had cognitive therapy?
I've had loads and
Did
loads
they not
of
give
therapy.
you the tools sort of thing to sort of say, right, well,
yeah,
you've got this
give
situation.
myself a little cuddle and all stuff like that. But the most powerful one that I've had is this inner child, bring it into yourself, because they say, who protects you? And I was going, oh, my nan, but she's dead. And they were like, well, how can she protect you? We all give our power away. We all want someone to come along and rescue us. And I don't mean that in an awful way, like you're not going to be rescued, but we've got to do it for ourselves first, because otherwise we've got expectations on the people we meet that are unfair on them as well.
Yeah.
You know, like, I know...
That's the other thing as well with people, where it concerns, they get really hung up. Well, look, I've done all this for this person. I've done it. I've said it. I've said it in the past. I've done all this. I've given up my whole energy, soul, and everything to fix this person, because I know they've been in a terrible state. For them not to be there for me at a later date. Well, do you know what? Who am I to expect that from any expectation? I can't expect that from anyone, because they're whatever they've got to give is filled to the top. There. Mine's here. My glass might be a bit bigger,
and also,
I've got the capacity to hold much more care and love. Maybe
everyone stresses their own as well. Exactly.
Yeah, but the thing is, they've only got their amount to give. You can't persecute them saying, "Well, I gave more."
But the other thing is, you can't give to someone expecting back.
No,
you can't do that. You give it to someone.
Yeah, because you want to, and it does.
You want to, and that's it. And I read something the other day. When we get to the point where we can truly say we don't need anything, is the point where we're going to be truly happy. Like, you don't need, but people go, well, you need food and you need water, but apparently there's yogis that sit there and do you know what? It's balance, isn't it? I couldn't sit there and be a yogi with 4 kids. As much as I'd love it, sorry kids. Mum's in yogi mode right now. Beans on toast at 5:30 when she comes out of trance. Balance.
Oh, that's funny. Oh, I think that was it. I can't be a yogi mum. Of course you can't be a yogi mum. Right, so what mum are you going to be?
I'm going to be a balanced mum.
You're a brilliant mum. You're an absolutely brilliant mum for what you do. I can't take my hat off, mate.
Well, I love being a mum because...
Well, that's what it's all about, isn't it?
Yeah, every day is so rewarding with them. And you know what? Going back to the meditation, Poppy is kind of always been a little bit switched on like this anyway. I remember she came in, I came in once, we was getting the floor done and she was sitting on the underlay tiles. I was like, what are you doing? She's sitting like this. So I was just sending my message up to the universe. I said, all right. And then another time she goes, yeah, Christians and Jews believe they've got their books, the Torah and the Bible, and Muslims have got the Quran, and And then she realised she was being filmed, so she's popped up a little bit.
I remember this.
Yeah, Christians and Jews believe that God made the world in 7 days. No, Christians believe that God made the world in 7 days. But that's not true. No, God's in all of us. And she said it so matter-of-factly, and you know Poppy, she's a liar.
Someone loves God. She likes the Jesus, she likes the thing.
It's this, that their kids, they've not been, for want of a better word, corrupted. Yeah. Their innocence, their spirit, their aura is still pretty much untouched, and they can connect. Poppy can lay down and meditate for half hour, no problem. And
well, it would come so easy to them because their minds are all over.
Exactly,
and that's why they see things when they're younger, and they've got like an imaginary friend, or I do believe that it's an energy.
Oh, Billy's got one called Ola, and he comes out with words that are not real.
Yeah, no, I've heard.
And he's 4.
Yeah.
It's like his own language. Like, he's definitely communicating with something. I don't care what anyone says. People can think I'm mad, whatever. If you know me and you know my kids, you know we're...
Someone went through a little bit of that, didn't she? Talking their own language.
Yeah. Well, someone's very similar to Poppy as well, in that, you know, what she does with her hand.
Yeah.
They're connected. Children are connected like dogs as well.
It's the most gentle feeling. If a child, she'll want to, oh, Nanny, she'll know where it hurts.
Yeah.
And she'll just touch it.
And what about what she said to you the day I went to hospital and you hadn't even told her?
Yeah, what was it she said?
She said, I feel really bad for Sarah.
Yes.
And she didn't know, and I did. I went to hospital that day and I got bad results, didn't I?
Yes.
She said, I feel really sad about Sarah not getting good news or something like that, wasn't it?
Yeah. You know, she does say things in advance.
Yeah. So to ignore that, I feel like...
I never like to put anything on children.
No, absolutely not.
Because I rather it just that it came from them, and I wouldn't really discuss everything that I talk about. The things I tell her that I believe there's heaven and earth, so to speak. And that's the other thing as well. Something has happened to me when I was a very, very little girl. I believed in God, and then I went through my new age hippie thingy. I'm 57. You're 30. 40 when? Oh, you've just done it, yeah. You know I'm terrible with numbers. For anyone, I'm dyslexic. Big deal, get over it. So I can make you younger, Sarah, next year.
39 and a little bit, anyway.
Yeah. Or even younger. You could go much younger.
Yeah, that's alright, I don't mind aging backwards.
But what was I saying about? Age.
Yeah, so you went through your hippie new age thing.
Yeah, and I've always liked to call it my universe. As if like it's really uncool to say God.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I think the universe is God.
Yeah.
And I think that you can't
God's been commandeered by an organised religion. Do you know what I mean? But even when another book...
Well, everyone has got their God, and Buddha's, or whatever their name is for it, it is there. I do believe it's there. And I'm not embarrassed or thingy to say God now.
Yeah, no.
Something's happened since my mum and dad passed away,
yeah.
and all the thing. And if anyone's interested in that, there was a lot of paranormal stuff going on. That
we started speaking about the spoon.
About the spoon. So that's like stuff that paranormal that you've now experienced that has given you an insight to what can be, and things can move, and you'll be there witness to all of this. Then I think we'll leave that for another time.
I've always believed in it all. Jessie's always seen things, but I've never physically seen something move the way it did, and to get all the other things in conjunction with it, the numbers on the clock, and then your sister's picture, it was all very weird.
Yeah, Sarah and Rafe were here in England and I was in Germany. It was all kicking off in Germany and all kicking off back here. And I got a very strange message from Rafe, and I almost felt that he was asking me if my mum had passed away.
I didn't realise he'd messaged you. We was just waiting for you to message and say she had, because the spoon flew off the shelf and I looked at Rafe, he was no near it. I went, did you knock that? He went, no. And he looked and he went, that's her mum's spoon. I looked up at the clock and it was 14:44, and
that's your numbers.
That's my number, 4:44. And I looked and I went, that clock's not right. It was 20 to 9 at night. That clock's always right on your oven.
But what? Yeah.
But the clock weren't right. It was on 44. The spoon had fallen down.
I'm funny about the clock on to be honest. I'm that anal about it that I wait for the thing on the iPhone ding, the 0, boom, then I do it. I think that's on time.
Yeah. Well, we weren't that day, and then that was that, and then went into the kitchen at the
And
utility area,
you don't know about the spoon, but actually it's my mum's
I
silver
didn't know
spoon
about
from
it.
childhood,
Yeah, I
and
didn't
it's
know.
engraved with Gerda on
Yeah.
it. But actually my mum hadn't passed away. What was going on? I had lost my faith in Germany, and I started chanting.
Yeah, I'm asking for
Well, I think we should leave it there, because that could be another. I mean, I don't know how long we've been talking for.
I don't know. We're talking.
And we haven't even. Do you know what? We haven't even covered anything yet.
I know.
But I don't know whether what we've covered, when people are watching that, whether that would
Maybe
be boring or
yes,
not.
maybe. I'll tell you what.
You've got to give us ideas, people.
Yeah. So should we leave it here for today?
Yeah, we will.
And we'll put it
hold
out
on.
there for comments.
Yeah, but let's just do a few little bullet points that we can
Yeah.
think to leave you on about the subjects that we want to.
Meditation.
Right, so we knew that one from today. That's meditation.
Yeah, but weren't we going to
That's
give
for
people
today.
pointers?
But then,
Oh,
yeah.
what we're going to do in future?
So we need
What
to,
we're
like,
gonna
so
discuss.
well, obviously it's going to be the health. I've got an autoimmune disease. I'm dealing with, and I think I'm dealing with it quite okay. You've got your things, so there can be medical things that can be discussed. I don't
Definitely.
have any chemical intervention whatsoever with my
No.
stuff. You've been very minimal, but you have gone on the trial. So there's so many different things that can be talked about health.
Yeah.
Right, so you've got your meditation, you've got health, spiritual things. Sarah's doing really, really well at the moment with cards, laying the cards
Oh
down.
yeah, and
Spookily accurate. And I know as soon as she starts laying them cards down, I'll be able to zoom in on that, and I'll be able to pick up and tune on that.
maybe we should do
wanna
a reading.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Well, I'll tell you what, how about, right, we'll do a reading
Yeah.
for whoever turns up on that page. We'll put this video out now.
Yeah.
Everybody share it and
Yeah.
say the 100th person to like the
Oh no,
page.
no. What about
The
if you
100th
know?
person to comment.
What about
We'll
if
get
you
a
say
free
you want a
reading.
reading, and then we put all the names into a hat because they might be waiting to be the 100th.
Oh, okay.
How are we going to do it so it's fair?
All right,
you
everybody who
you
wants a
message-
reading, put
say-
their name down.
say that you'd like a reading.
No, you've got to put their name down. Because we've got to put that name into a hat.
Yeah.
How are we going to... Oh, hold on, there could be a double up, so there could be 5 Janes.
Your whole
There
name
could be
then.
2 Summers.
Your name and your last name. Anyway.
Yeah, but they don't want to put their last name up on social media.
Oh, we'll work it out. We'll work this out that we will get, if that 100 people, it's got to be worth it, innit? Like, we don't want to just be like,
Putting 3 or 4 names in a hat.
yeah.
We don't even know if this is of any interest to anybody.
Yeah, and it might not be. You might just think we spattered a load of
Yeah.
rubbish.
We're not going to sit there listening to that old shit for a reading at the end of it.
But if you would like to come back next Sunday, we'll hopefully,
We could even go live,
we could
depending
go
on the
live.
response to this one.
Yeah. Yeah, we could go live.
But we haven't got a clue.
And
if
also,
form the
we
shit
don't
out
know
of
what
it.
this looks like because we're only filming on a phone. Obviously, we're going to have to get some decent recording equipment if this happens. But imagine if you're like watching our first video. I knew them before they were famous.
Well, what we're going to do... Well, and the other thing is, we don't take the illnesses too serious.
No.
Because I think peace of mind, that's another thing that we've got to...
Oh,
People
gosh.
have got to get in their heads not to be frightened when they get that cancer.
Look, 1 in 2 people are going to get cancer. It's almost like as guaranteed as you're going to get the flu. So are you going to...
Freak yourself out and do your body in.
Yeah.
Alright, then there's going to be an initial shock.
It's a shock, absolutely. But fear accelerates cortisol levels in your body.
You don't have to
Fear,
do nothing
stress.
straight away when
No.
you get that diagnosis.
You need to meditate.
Oh. Right, is that it?
Yeah.